Melissa had always been a girl who loved life, its colors, its flavors, and its stories. Growing up in a small town, she was known for her infectious laughter and her insatiable curiosity. But behind her sparkling eyes was a quiet battle, a battle with food that would define much of her life. Early years and the comfort of food. From childhood, Melissa found solace in food. When she was upset, she reached for her mother's homemade cookies. When she was happy, she celebrated with ice cream. Food became her confidant, her companion through every twist and turn. As her family struggled financially, food was the one constant, something she could rely on when everything else felt uncertain. By the time she reached her teenage years, Melissa was already carrying more weight than most of her peers. Her self-esteem was fragile, and her relationship with food grew more complicated. It was no longer just about nourishment, it was about comfort, escape, and sometimes even punishment. Adulthood and the escalation. Melissa's adult life was marked by a series of challenges, broken relationships, stressful jobs, and loneliness. Her weight continued to increase, each pound adding a layer of emotional burden. She often felt invisible, lost in the crowd, her reflection a reminder of her struggles. She knew she needed help but felt trapped by her own habits. Her best friend, food, was also her biggest enemy. It was a paradox she couldn't escape. Food was both her refuge and her prison. The turning point. One cold winter day, Melissa woke up feeling more exhausted than usual. Her body ached, and her breathing was labored. She realized she was nearing a crisis point. Her doctor delivered harsh truths. Her weight was endangering her life. She was at risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even death. That day marked the beginning of her journey toward change. With the support of a compassionate medical team, Melissa committed to a new path, one of self-love, discipline, and hope. She knew it wouldn't be easy. Her relationship with food was deeply rooted in her identity. But she was tired of living in the shadows of her own body. Therapy and support. Melissa started seeing a therapist who specialized in emotional eating. She learned to confront her feelings, anger, sadness, fear, and to find healthier ways to cope. She joined a support group, where she met others walking similar paths. Their stories became a source of strength, reminding her she was not alone. The struggle and small victories. The road was steep. There were days when she relapsed, when the craving for comfort food overwhelmed her resolve. But each small victory, resisting a midnight snack, choosing a walk over sitting alone, built her confidence. Melissa began to explore new hobbies, painting, gardening, and gentle yoga. These activities filled her time and her heart, replacing some of the void she once filled with food. The power of food reclaimed. Over time, Melissa learned to redefine her relationship with food. It was no longer her best friend, but a source of nourishment and celebration in moderation. She started experimenting with healthy recipes, discovering that food could be delicious and satisfying without guilt. Her weight gradually started to decrease. She was able to walk longer distances, breathe easier, and smile more genuinely. The mirror reflected a woman rediscovering herself, a woman not defined by her size but by her resilience. A new chapter. Melissa's journey was far from over, but she was no longer a prisoner of her past. She had found strength in vulnerability, courage in her struggles, and hope in her future. She realized that her story was not just about weight, it was about reclaiming her life, her happiness, and her self-worth. She became an advocate, sharing her story to inspire others facing similar battles. Her message was clear: food is a part of life, but it doesn't have to control it. Love yourself, seek help, and never lose hope. Epilogue. Embracing life. Years later, Melissa stood at the top of a hill, looking out at the sunrise. She took a deep breath, feeling the warmth of the sun on her face. Her journey had taught her that life is a series of choices, and every day is a new opportunity to choose herself. She smiled, knowing that her story was one of transformation, a testament to the human spirit's capacity for change. Food, once her best friend, was now a source of nourishment, not pain. And she was finally free to embrace life fully. Please subscribe for my YouTube channel.